Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth04 for a brand new Let's Play, Golden Sun: The Lost Age for the Game Boy Advance. We're starting on this screen because if you watched episode 0, we put in a password so that we could get all our data from the first game. But yeah, we can also rename Dovey. I thought about renaming Felix Dovey because Felix is going to be the main character in this game for most of it. But it wouldn't really feel right, honestly. Like having Dovey no longer be Dovey. But also, it's worth it to note that just like the first game, you can rename the rest of the party that you'll have if you press select 3 times when you're naming Felix before putting the password in, then you can get the rest of the party there. But I wasn't going to do that, so I didn't do that. So when you press end here, it just shows you the party and the details and various synergies you have, so everybody has their stuff, but let's get going here. Ages ago, or so the stories tell, the power of alchemy ruled over the world of Weird. Alchemy wrought the base elements of humanity into thriving civilizations like lead into gold. But in time, man's dreams gave birth to untold strife, dreams of endless riches, of eternal life, of dominion over all that lived, dreams of conquest and of war. These dreams would have torn the world apart if not for a few brave and wise men who sealed away the power of alchemy deep in Mount Alepht's Sol Sanctum. Mount Alepht's. Excuse me. Prologue from Book 1. So if you haven't seen the first game for some reason, well, spoilers. The town of Vale guarded the secret for many years until Dovey and Jenna, whose parents died in a storm 3 years before, disturbed the sanctum. And Garrett, Satoru's Minardi of the Mars clan, followed them into the sanctum. With them traveled Jenna's brother Felix, thought lost in that same tragic storm. It's kind of cool that they actually give a prologue to you. Satoru's Minardi stole the elemental stars, the keys to breaking the seal and the power of alchemy, and kidnapped Jenna and the scholar Kraden, who is not getting the voice he had last game because that would kill me. If these 4 jewels were used to fire the elemental lighthouses, the seal on alchemy would be broken. Dovey and Garrett set out to stop Satoru's, rescue their friends, and return the elemental stars to their home in Sol Sanctum. They banded together with a young wind adept named Ivan and pursued Satoru's Minardi to Emil, a waterlocked town near Mercury Lighthouse. Winterlocked town, excuse me, God. There, they met the guardian of the lighthouse, a water adept named Mia. With her, they pursued Satoru's to the Eyrie atop a Mercury lighthouse. Eyrie? I think it's Eyrie. Dovey was too late to stop Satoru's from lighting the beacon and escaping. Again, Dovey chased him, crossing Angara to the shores of the Karagal Sea. Taking passage on a troubled ship, Dovey crossed the Karagal to Tolby. He spoke with Tolby's leader, a strange man named Bobby. Bobby entered Dovey in Colosso as a test of his powers. Dovey's synergy won Colosso and earned him Bobby's trust. Bobby revealed a great secret to Dovey. I wonder if that changes if you didn't win and you transfer your data. Thanks to a mystic draft from the lost land of Lemuria, Bobby had lived for 150 years. He offered to help Dovey, who then headed deep into Gondwan. In the town of Lalavero, Dovey learned that Satoru's Minardi had kidnapped a young girl named Sheba, whom they needed within the lighthouse. Which doesn't make sense still because that's the Venus lighthouse. Dovey fought and defeated them atop the lighthouse, but he was too late. The beacon had been lit. A great cataclysm followed. Sheba fell into the sea. Felix jumped in to save her, but both were lost in the rolling waves. Jenna left the lighthouse to find them, but to no avail. Dovey went to Lalavera, where Bobby asked him to find Lemuria and the remaining lighthouses. He gave Dovey a Lemurian ship to make the journey for the Lost Land. This chapter of our story begins with Jenna, just before the beacon on Venus Lighthouse is lit. Camelot presents Golden Sun Book 2. The Lost Age. And welcome to the Let's Play of arguably the best RPG to come out on the Game Boy Advance. Arguably. As Felix goes back up the lighthouse in order to save Sheba, or collect Sheba, we see Jenna and Kraden leaving. I love how this takes place before everything. So remember I told you last time, just like remember the events of the finale of the game, because now we see it through a different character's eyes. It doesn't just pick up where it left off, it picks up before, and that's cool. Are you sure we should be leaving like this? Once we go down the stairs, we can't get back into the lighthouse. Maybe I should have stopped my brother. So Kraden is going to be a constant companion in your party. He's, I don't know, he's kind of like the talker. And I can't do the Jenna something troubling you voice, because that would kill me. So instead he's just becoming a regular old man. So I guess in between games he got that looked at or something. Jenna, is something troubling you? What is it? What's wrong? I have a bad feeling. Like something terrible is going to happen. Like they're not going to make this game for 2 years after the first came out. How unlike... I'm sorry. I gotta be less passionate. How unlike you, Jenna. Seriously, I think Alex's attitude is just, I don't care. Surprised to see me? Alex, were you listening? He's more like a Deckard Cain character. Stay a while and listen. Where's Felix? Why isn't he here with you? My brother? He left us. What can Felix possibly be thinking? He was worried about Sheba. He went to check on her. He was supposed to be leading you out of here. I thought you would have been far from this lighthouse by now. Why are you still here? We tried to stop Felix from going back up the Eyrie. Up to the Eyrie. How like him. Once Felix gets an idea into his head, he rarely changes his mind. Alex, what were you talking about just now? What did you mean when you said, how unlike you? I was merely surprised to hear you expressing such concern, Jenna. You weren't the main character up until now. Nevertheless, I'm impressed Felix went back. Don't change the subject, Alex. What did you mean? Alex, are you saying that I'm insensitive? If that's what you heard, then you must have misspoken. Accept my apologies. Pretty sure he's just being sarcastic here. Well, Jenna, I think Alex has said his piece on the matter. I'm not sure he has, Kraden. Who do you think you are talking to me like that? I retract my statement, my dear. Forget all about it, Jenna. So tell me about this feeling, Jenna. Talking about my feelings. I'm not sure we should be leaving Venus Lighthouse yet. What are you saying? You can't really mean to remain here. Alex is right. It's far too dangerous, Jenna. We would only hinder the others. The others? Did Dovey follow us to the lighthouse? It would seem so. He must be trying to stop Satoros and Minardi. If my brother goes back and finds Dovey, they're gonna end up fighting. If Venus Lighthouse has not yet been lit, yes, they will fight. Felix is a terribly rash young man, is he not? Why are boys such fools? Same. He may be rash, but Felix is no fool. He's good. His good qualities outweigh his bad. That's why I think Dovey would understand if we just talked to him. Why didn't I think of this before now? Because you weren't the main character, I told you. Please, can't we go back up and talk to Dovey? I'm afraid that's not possible. Alex, why? He's an enemy. Dovey? An enemy? Our methods may differ, but you and I ultimately want the same thing. To light the elemental lighthouses. Dovey and his friends would prevent this from happening. So that makes them enemies. But fear not, they won't be able to defeat Sitaris and Minardi. So, Felix went back to the top of the lighthouse. Yes, yes, nod, 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 nod! Why do you seem so pleased, Alex? Why shouldn't I be? After all, the lighthouse will soon shine brightly once again. Alex, why do you want to see the beacon lit so badly? Oh, so it's my turn to answer questions, is it? Once, alchemy was commonplace throughout this world. With its power, mankind worked wonders across the land. The lost age of man. I want to see that world restored once again. And what, Alex? We've spoken long enough already. Let us continue this another time. We should leave the lighthouse now before the beacon is fired. Beacon! You're fired! Sorry. I concur. Let's meet at the location we agreed on and wait for Felix. The Promised Land? No, wait, no. Wrong thing. Alright, Kraden, let's go. And Alex joins a party, right? Nope. No, he does not. He's a guest like Kraden, which stinks because Alex is probably like all-powerful. But anyway, we're Jenna. And we're in the lighthouse. So Jenna is a fire character, if you recall, she's a Mars adept. And let's start off by showing you the fact that this game has different synergy, and I love it. I'm so excited to play this game, guys. Like Fume, which is a single target spell, and it looks cool. I'm gonna say spell because I'm stupid, but it's so cool. Also, we have very, very basic items. It's pretty much the items that we took off of her at the end of the last game. I also like the touch that the little block is just down there from whenever Dovey and his party used carry. Also, very thankfully, the monsters that we're going to be running into are not the monsters that belong in this part of the game, meaning we're not going to be running into like the earth golems or anything like that and getting our butts handed to us. But anyway, we can leave or we can go here, because if you remember, there was a treasure. And we like getting treasure. But Dovey, you may ask, didn't they already get the cap? There was, I think, a treasure over there also. The lucky cap? Well, yeah, but the treasure was already open. But it looks like there's still an herb inside. Someone's like padded the chest of the lucky cap with an herb or something. But yeah, I don't know. I like that little detail that like the chest was already open. This game starts off acknowledging the fact that there was a game before it and it was recently done. And they still, like, I don't know, it's not even like a different game engine. They just took the game and they modded it essentially, which I'm perfectly fine with, because that's what I like in sequels like this, story sequels. I want it to be essentially the same game, just with improvements on the mechanics, as opposed to like them trying to go for a new look or something. There they are, get them! Item sent us to stand guard here, but I never thought we'd actually run into them. Scoundrels, what have you done with Sheba? Return her now, or you're really gonna regret it. Return the Sheba, or suffer my curse. Aren't there supposed to be more of them? Maybe they're just the first ones to come out. Great, that means we got them outnumbered. We can probably take them, you think? Yeah. Go fetch the other Tulby soldiers still stationed in Lalavero. Yes, sir. Whee! And we'll go tell the guys in the caves. Got it, boss. Whee! How unfortunate. It seems like an ambush. What should we do, Jenna? What do you mean? Look around. I'll have to fight them. Are you serious? Jenna, are you really prepared to fight these men? We don't have any other choice. We have to. Well then, allow me to shoulder some of your burden. So if you're wondering why Jenna suddenly wants to fight essentially the good guys, that'll be explained. She knows, but we don't. Burden? We regroup along the road leading away from Lalavera, do you understand? Yep. I'm gonna go to Idejima Coast or whatever. You don't need to remind us, Alex, we know the place. Follow this road west and take the path down through the canyon to the caves. On the other side of that cave, you'll find a small peninsula named Idejima. We meet there. Thankfully, only those workmen block your route. And fortunately, they don't look too tough. Hello, we can hear you! That's just plain rude. I love it. Why don't the two of you escape and leave the Tolby soldiers to me? The two of us? Alone? You can use synergy, can't you, Jenna? Yeah, but I'm only like level 5 or something. Then you'll be fine. We shall reconvene at the peninsula. Is that how you spell peninsula? You think you could take on Tolby's finest on your own, little man? I do not wish to inflict unnecessary bloodshed. Don't wish to... What's that supposed to mean? You know, we actually haven't seen Alex do anything at all in this game aside from float and teleport. If you lay a hand on these two, I assure you, you'll be made to regret it. By advancing, I assume you mean to fight. Permit me to strike the first blow. God, I love that. What is he even using? Why can't we get that? What was that? I don't know, but whatever he did, it's out of our league. You guys deal with him until backup arrives. Oh, so you're next. Hey, no need to worry about us. We're not soldiers, we're not anybody. Seriously, there's no way we're gonna face off against you. Let's get out of here. It's like that shy guy in Paper Mario. You're gonna see this half of the game has a lot more life to it in terms of characters and things like that. How undignified and how shameful. And that's saying something because I loved the life in the first game. Jenna, now is your chance. Go to Dejima and wait for me. I'm not finished with you yet. You mentioned backup from Lalavero? Let's go meet them together, shall we? Hey pal, when they get here, you'll really be in for it. Do you honestly believe that even 100 of you could stop me? No, not the edge of the map! How amusing. This I must see. I love it. They're gone. Come on, Jenna. Let's be going. There's nothing standing in our way now. But what is it now? Ah, you're worried about hurting any innocents? Yeah. Well, just try to hold back when you're fighting. Let's get going to the peninsula. Alright, and now we have control back of Jenna. And, hey there. Why do I gotta be the one away from backup? I like that it's a new character sprite. Ah, please let me go. Hey. That scary guy with the blue hair's not with you. Great, now you'll see what I'm really made of. Hiya! For boss time. Kind of. Against Ruffian, who we are going to absolutely annihilate with Fume, and we get to see Fume also, which I love. It's just a giant fire snake. And yeah, we kind of murdered his face off.
I can't believe I got beaten by a girl.
I love it. Anyway, in the next episode, we are going to go through Sahala Gate and get to the peninsula. I don't want this first episode to get too long. I was thinking of maybe doing it as like the prologue part of this game, but it would take a little while. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you guys tune in for the rest of Golden Sun: The Lost Age. If you haven't seen this game before, it'll be a real treat, and if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.